Hello everyone, welcome to the new deep analysis for Bitcoin and price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. I wish you all to have a nice weekend, and don't forget to support the channel with a like and subscribe for more updates, and leave your comment and questions below. I would be glad to answer it. So let's start with Bitcoin with our deep analysis for this week. There is not so much changes, to be honest. The most possibilities are much more in the lower time frame, where we see in the 1 hour chart as well several scenarios that it might unfold. However, I'm gonna start on the weekly here with our parabolic study, just to remind you that we still have a gap to fill, right? And this gap fits 100% perfectly for our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of course. This impulse that it should finish with a wave 5, 70%, almost the same price of the wave 1, right? That your wave 5 should match 70% your wave 1. And this gap matched perfectly, to be honest, with, of course, this wave 1, where we want to touch 123,000 for Bitcoin. So that might be, of course, very possible, guys. I'm not a moon boy here. I'm not saying that that is something, I don't know, other than realistic, right? I'm not saying we're getting to 1 million for Bitcoin. I'm saying that a normal impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can reach very simply a wave 5, reaching 123,000. Okay, if we continue, of course, our wave 5 towards the upside. Now, and this is in terms of a bullish scenario, of course. This is what is missing. We potentially have finished and bottomed this wave 4 here, and we still looking for 1, 2, and we are looking now for continuation, of course, towards the upside. Now, in terms of bearish scenario, we have finished a 5 wave cycle. By all means, we have finished an impulse since the birth of Bitcoin. Since the birth of Bitcoin here, start 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? This is a finished impulse where we can see 5 finished wave, and you need after it 3 waves corrective. Now, be careful. After each wave, you got a correction. Okay, you got a small correction. But this time we have finished 5 big waves. Okay, with their correction. That means it's a bigger impulse, right? So I doubt that this correction could be enough, right? So we might have a bigger correction, A, B, and a C, right? Where your wave C want to reach almost 22,200, okay? So this is your most bearish scenario, of course, where we want to dive deeper, where we can see 3 waves down. So far we are looking for 3 waves up, and possibly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is very possible. Okay, guys, just to say that I'm not always bullish, that is always a bearish scenario. Okay, so this is regarding our weekly analysis in a bigger view, what's going on. Just to remind you guys always that those are your biggest scenarios, biggest bullish and biggest bearish scenario. Now, the most possible so far is, of course, our bullish scenario still, after the formation of all this impulse, right, of that impulse, and looking for this wave 4 here. So far we are looking for 1, 2, even after the wave 4 so far. So let's see how it's gonna unfold, of course. So on the 4-hour chart, we can read here our possibilities. As you can see, the possibilities are becoming scarce, guys. That means the possibilities now, when it becomes scarce, that means we are coming to finish a big scenario, right? Whether to the downside or towards the upside. So on the 4-hour chart, to remind you, where are we? We are in the wave 4 of an impulse, right? If you remember, of course, our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are looking for a wave 5 towards the upside, just to remind you where we are. So this is our wave 4 here. I'm gonna turn it off now just to make it more clearer and less messy. So what we are looking for here in our wave 4, several scenarios where we have most possible 2 scenarios first to happen before the big scenario, right, to the bearish scenario. So the most possible now, of course, is your wave C as an expanding flat, this one, where we have A, B, and a C finished here, then A, B, and a C as a running flat, perfect for wave X, by the way, and then 1 A, B, and C, 3 waves down, A, B, C, 3 waves up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing your wave C as well here, and finishing your wave Y as a WXY. After this, of course, we are looking towards the upside again for the bullish scenario. However, your targets are as below. Okay, so I made the fibs this time bigger. MG asked me if it is possible. Of course it is, and I will be glad to do it if it make it much better for you guys. However, I don't really prefer that I use a very big font because it takes too much place. It makes it more messy, but it's fine. If it makes you happy, guys, I'm fine with it. So the next scenario is the regular flat. After exactly this one, after a regular flat, we are looking at A, B, and C. You have finished your ABC here, where you have finished 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then of course impulsive wave C towards the downside, making it A, B, and a C. After this, we have finished 3 waves up, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So our impulse here that we finished lately might be a wave C for a regular flat, A, B, and a C. In your wave C, of course, after your wave C, you want to seek for another zigzag to finish this W, X, and Y. Very simple. So the scenarios that are remaining as bearish are those 2 scenarios. They are 2 main scenarios that are still, of course, remaining, which is whether a zigzag towards the downside or just an impulse, one leg towards the downside, finishing, of course, as well WXY. Okay, so whether the WXY will finish soon, all right, here WXY with our impulse towards the downside, and then of course moving towards the upside, or it's gonna finish later and probably in 2025, where we have A, B, C, or for W here, and then you have your X finished, and then we are looking for a zigzag towards the downside to finish. And then this might be ended in the in the start of the new year, right? So these are your 2 bearish scenarios, which are the most possible now, for now, of course, until a new formation of pattern, of course. In the monthly chart, okay, we already saw, let's go by the way to the daily, not to the monthly here. In the daily chart, we are looking for a big wave towards the downside, as I told you. If you are a very big correction, ABC, ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very simple. Okay, very simple regular flat correction, which it might unfold where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, this is very rare for us to have an expanding flat that it works as a motive wave here, where you have finished, of course, your wave 2, by the way, and we have hit perfectly the green box. And then we saw continuation a little bit here impulsively. So if we continue very, very impulsive, yeah, it might be, guys. So it might be the start, of course, a 1, 2 again, and then 3, 4, 5 to finish your wave 3 towards the downside. Okay. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Of course, trade safe always. Have your plan and your strategy. try to calculate this scenario. What is the most or the best point to enter the trade, and where to stop loss even if the trade reverse on you. Good, guys. So now the possibility is back to bullish scenarios. And the bullish scenarios, I don't have to repeat it. I mean, yeah, I will do this just very fast with your 100K scenario. Okay, with your 100K scenario, you want to reach, of course, your wave 5, which is around the 98,000 or 100,000, let's say. Okay. In that case, of course, we have bottomed. We are considering that we have bottom here for wave 4, and we are already we have already reached the target of the 0.78 after the wave 4 for a 1-2, and again we are looking to another 1-2 or double 1-2 here, where we can see, of course, we have hit as well the green box for a double 1-2, and we are looking now towards the upside. So by all means, now you are already in a wave 3 of 3. Okay, and that means you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And in your wave 3 here, this long wave, you want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This wave 3 of 3, okay, should be a very, very volatile and impulsive. It should have a very, very strong momentum. Now, of course, guys, we are weekend. Don't expect that it moves very high. So definitely in the weekend, it's gonna just calm down. But on this Monday, if we don't see like very, very strong momentum towards the upside, I don't think that this would work as wave 3 over 3. Okay, so this is the thing. So we have to put this a little bit away. It could be bullish, but yeah, maybe something else is unfolding, which is our second scenario. So this is our first scenario in the bullish one. The most possible, of course, the most possible one, and which it has higher possibilities. So now we're gonna higher back to bullish, guys, because after what we saw here, right, we saw a good signal of 1-2-1-2, 1-2-1-2, perfect hit on the fib levels, and we see continuation impulsively. So therefore, of course, the bullish scenario gets higher now. Another scenario is your wave C in a diagonal shape for an expanding flat. Exactly. So what we are looking at is possibly an expanding flat taken. If you remember, the scenario is very long, is very old as well. A, B, C, A, B, right, and a wave C towards the upside. Okay, so let me put also the in 14 and put this fib levels. Here we go. So your wave C is 77,321. All right. In that case scenario, you want to hit this in one wave towards the upside now, as zigzag, of course. Right. After finishing, of course, here this price action as a diagonal shape. Right. So of course you don't want to have, let's say this is your wave 3 in the diagonal. If we put here diagonal wave 5, well, yeah, it can be. All right. Don't forget also wave C for expanding flat has lower. Yeah, it can exactly. So you can see now the confluence between your wave 5 target and the wave C targets, which is 1.38 and 1.618. So there is a confluence between both. So that might be, guys, that might be. Don't forget only one thing is that if we finish this wave C as an expanding flat, right here somewhere, don't forget that we still have one more structure to finish. By all means, your WXY here has extended ABC, A, B, and a C, and then A, B, and a C. Okay, guys. So these are the scenarios for the bullish. There is no other one. And this one is a very, very short bullish, by the way. So if that happened, we are talking, of course, about 77,000 or 74,000. So this is, I cannot say this is bearish for now. This is a bullish. This is a wave C, remember. Always a wave C on a daily chart. I told you, even if it is corrective, I consider it bullish for short-term bullish, right? And then we have a wave zigzag towards the downside, finishing this in the new year, and then, of course, moving towards the upside. Now, what are the most possible scenarios, guys? Okay, I'm gonna tell you a secret here. As I told you before, this low here is one of the most strongest buyers signals on Bitcoin on this chart since the start of the impulse, since 6 months. Okay, since the start of the impulse, somewhere here. Okay, for the wave 3, this is the most strongest buying point. By all means, I prefer to finish any structure, any corrective structure at this point. That means I would prefer to finish A, B, and a C exactly here. And that leads me just to 2 scenarios, right? Just 2 big scenarios. Both are very big. And both, of course, are contradicting. The big scenario, which is 100K towards the upside, where we have 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? Or the big scenario of wave C towards the downside, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the bearish scenario, where you have an expanding diagonal, is very, very rare. Okay, it's very rare to happen. Therefore, bullish scenario has higher possibilities. Okay, so this is I'm gonna finish the video here with this final things. Only, of course, I have to go to the 1 hour chart before. I mean, I will finish the deep analysis here. But yeah, for the 1 hour chart, we have several possibilities. I'm gonna go through it fast. However, of course, yesterday we were looking for higher. Wave 3 did not reach, of course, 1.618, and we did not even reach a wave C for an A, B, and a C, right? Where you want to see a zigzag. Therefore, if that is, a zigzag here. Therefore, we have to still looking for the price ranging this weekend because, of course, it is very slow. However, this has invalidated any impulse, guys. Okay. However, it doesn't mean that on Monday it doesn't continue, right? It could be very, very possible. However, let's see what are the possibilities. If we are corrective, guys, we are looking, of course, towards the downside. 3 waves up, 3 waves down, of course, finishing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards the downside again. And this is, remember, your wave C for an expanding flat, right? Other possibilities is the correction, finishing a correction where we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finish to wave 1, and you're gonna have 1, 2, 3 as ABC, of course, and then move up. So double 1, 2, right? Another scenario, finishing this WXY. Exactly, we already saw this. This is, the bullish one. Yeah. Or this bullish scenario, which is bullish from here, from this point, where we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, we want to look for higher 3, 4, and 5. So all what happened yesterday might be a start of an impulse. 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Another 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay? So this is also a scenario for the 1 hour chart. So that's it for the deep analysis and for the 1 hour chart at the end. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments and your likes. See you in the next videos. Bye bye.